Let me see. Now, when did you kind of realize that you had a gift to make people laugh? You know, was you a kid, or was this something that you kind of got into later in life?
Well, this beautiful thing that you see sitting in front of you now wasn't always this. It took a while to get to 6'6", 250 and gorgeous and black. I say that to say I grew up in the 80s. I was dark skinned and skinny in the 80s with a big head. So I got picked on a lot. But I never, you know what, man? I never took it as bullying. I really never did. And don't get me wrong, it ain't like I just took it. It was just, I thought it was just part of the game, part of growing up. You had to deal with people messing with you a little bit. And most of it wasn't good fun. And man, sometimes if it was funny, I laughed too. Like if it was funny, I had to give it up. So by the time I got to high school, I had a little thick skin and a quick wit. Like I quick replies. Because basically by high school and college, I wasn't going to be picked on all day. I was good at snapping back. So I became the guy that you didn't want to say nothing stupid around because I would take it and twist it and make it a joke. And I probably was doing that as a defense mechanism, not understanding that it was funny. And I was at Temple, and a young lady that runs the program board was like, "Hey, we having an open mic night. You want to come through?" And I was like, "What's the open mic?" She's like, "You come through, you tell jokes." I was like, "I'm not no comedian." She's like, "You funny as shit." That's exactly what she looked me dead in my face. She's like, "You funny as shit," just like that. And I was like, "All right." She's like, "We got free refreshments," and in college you broke, so I was like, "Oh, bet." Like, we gonna go to get the free refreshments. And I brought my friends, which was good to have the support because I just kind of went on stage and performed in front of them. It didn't occur to me that I was, performing comedy for the first time. And at the end of the night, man, I did a little 5 to 7 minute set. I don't know how long I was up there. And they gave me like a $50 little offering, because the program board put together a little, and it was like that was what ignited the fire for me was like, oh, wow, you get money doing this. And so that's where my comedy journey began, man. And I found my way down to a place in Philadelphia called a little open mic they used to have in South Philly called Mo Laughs. And that's where I met, my comedy journey, so to speak. That's where I met, D. Lee, who would become my mentor and, go on to own the Laugh House. I met Ronnie Long and Javon Pearson and Mike Blackson and all the greats at the time coming up in Philly. I got up under them and just that's how my path began, man. I just sought out comedy wherever I could find it. I wanted to get on stage wherever I could get on stage. And when D bought the Laugh House, I had a comedy home, and I kind of grew up in the Laugh House. I was on stage as five, 6 nights a week at the Laugh House, and that introduced me to comedians from all over the world and all in the industry, and I just continued to go from there.
Oh wow, that's amazing, man. Man, that's what's up. Shout out to that young lady that gave you that invite, man. That sounded
Yeah,
like
how
that was
about
a
that?
life
Stacey
changing
Johnson,
situation.
Reverend, and her last name has changed because she's married, but it was Stacey Johnson. But she hit me up on Facebook not too long ago. She's a reverend. She's a pastor now. So yes,
Wow, wow. Big shout out to you, Queen.
yes.
Okay, now you had
Thank
mentioned
you.
something like earlier, like you say, growing up back in the days, like even when I was coming up, I guess people would snap on you, they'd crack on you, crack jokes, people call it Jones and whatever, but they'll talk about you had a big head or you was dark skinned or they'll talk about your teeth, they'll talk about your
Yeah,
mama, people smoke
yeah.
crack, whatever. There was no holds bars, but it's like nowadays you can't even really say too much. You know what I'm saying? Do you think people are being overly sensitive, or should it be just a little limit? Like, all right, don't make no jokes about the disabled people, or is it just whoever get what?
The rule in comedy is if it's funny, you can do it. If as long as it's funny. D.L. Hewley said he doesn't apologize for jokes. You know, there are things I won't particularly do or say on stage. That's just me. But if another comedian does or says it, I'm not going, oh, he shouldn't have did that. To me, I don't think there's anything that's off limits. There's just things that I won't do or that the next comedian won't do. But I don't think there's anything that's off limits because as a comedian, when you tell that joke or you say that thing, you got to be able to stand in it. Meaning, you know, if that's what you believe or you think that this is funny and you want to say it, then you're going to be able to stand in it if someone should be offended. But on overall, yes, society has become highly sensitive. And here's the reason why. It's a great thing that we have this tool, but social media means that everyone's opinion is now relevant. And the reality is everyone's opinion isn't relevant. We all have them, but everyone's opinion doesn't matter. you know, and what social media does is it allows us to see everyone's opinion, you know, at immediately, like you watch something on TV and you don't like it, you write up on Twitter or Facebook, oh, that show sucked immediately. You know what I'm saying? So now it becomes the debate of, well, no, I like the show. No, it show sucked. And then so you're literally a show will premiere, and before you get a chance to watch it, people have broken down the whole show and what they think about it and whether it sucked or not or whether it was good or not. So imagine when it comes to personal feelings or your everyday, you know, people come on Facebook or social media and say, pray for me, but won't tell you why. What pray for you for what? Oh, well, you know, my family going through something, respect our privacy. Then why'd you post this? You want the attention. And that's where we are now. Everyone wants attention. Everyone gets attention. Everyone's so easily offended because, you know, they know somebody or my mom or, you know, it was the fun. The fun was COVID. Going through it, arguing with people online every day about COVID was hilarious. Like this one girl said to me, she's like, I know 5 people that died from COVID. I said, if you know 5 people that died from COVID, bitch, it's you. You patient 0. You know 5 people that died.